Two truths and a lie. Zion Williamson was only 3 years old when he started playing basketball. He has the second largest shoe deal in the history of the NBA, behind the one and only LeBron James, of course. And he has a girlfriend. All right, the last one's a lie. Williamson has been single since 2022. Headlines called him the most exciting prospect in recent memory, the day he made his professional debut.
The ability to stretch the defense, we already know his athleticism. Another wide open three.
The next day, the headlines started to look more into the 23-year-old's life. Specifically, was the Pelicans' power forward single? He wasn't back then, but he's single right now. Shoot your shot. Back then, Williamson was in a relationship with his high school sweetheart, Tiana White. Okay, in all fairness, the pair never actually said that they were dating. I'm basing this on their Instagram live session from 2018, where Williamson and White were answering a few questions, and someone asked him if he was single. The future power forward looked at Tiana and asked, "Am I single?" She replied with the same energy, "Not if you answer no, you're not." Frankly, I started shipping them right then and there. Oh, and if you're wondering why Williamson had a fan who asked him something so intrusive before he made his professional debut, it's because he'd been a celebrity long before he was drafted by the Pelicans. How come? Thanks to social media. Videos of Williamson slam dunking went viral while he was still in high school. Everyone dreams of being famous in high school, but Zion Williamson actually managed to get on the cover of magazines while he was still a junior in high school. This was all thanks to the power of social media. Videos of the 6'6" and 284-pound power forward making one slam dunk after the other was shared thousands of times. Let's wrap up his romantic relationship, which unfortunately ended soon after he was drafted into the NBA. Now, the rhetoric that dating someone in the NBA is a big deal stands true when you think of fame and money, but you do realize professional basketball players barely get any time off from practice, right? And when they do, they'd probably want to spend that time as me time. Tiana eventually found that out. Reports suggest that the ex-high school sweethearts couldn't make long-distance work. Plus, Williamson had all eyes on him. He was spending double the time on court and barely got a break, or allowed himself one, to be honest. And just like how the pair was very cryptic about their relationship starting, they were very cryptic about it ending too. Again, based on my investigative skills, Williamson and White haven't been following one another on social media since 2022. No acknowledgement of the relationship ending, just unfollowing one another. That's how things go in the 21st century. In hindsight, his newfound celebrity status probably kept him from having a normal relationship for a while. Not with all the wacky headlines that followed. You best believe tabloid magazines were all over the news when Tiana and Zion unfollowed one another from social media. Their next course of action was to link him with any and every other woman they saw him with. And that'd be Peyton List. Yep, it's the Peyton List from Cobra Kai. So this is how the story goes. Williamson took a picture with List and uploaded it onto his Instagram account with the caption, "Finally got to meet a Disney star." The guy had a big grin on his face, and Peyton looked just about as gorgeous as ever. Nothing much to it, right? Not if you're working for a tabloid that's hungry for a headline. Everyone started linking him with Peyton, but the truth was that there was nothing going on between them. Their interaction was limited to that one photo. If they'd wanted to run with some actual news about Williamson, they'd talk about his $75 million shoe deal. LeBron James has the highest shoe deal in the history of the NBA. Fair enough, he is LeBron James. But can you guess who has the second highest deal? It's a pretty easy guess, considering who the video's about. It's Zion. Duh! The Pelicans' power forward is regarded as the man who will eventually be in GOAT conversations. And this is just him 3 seasons into the NBA.
And you see here just a little penetration again, so easy, coming in from the weak side. And that's again where I say,
Jordan decided to cash in on the deal pretty early on. They signed him on as an ambassador and signed a $75 million deal with the Pelicans star player. This brought up his net worth $18 million from probably had a few bucks, considering he'd been in the NBA for less than 3 seasons until that point.
Burst to begin the second, and turnovers getting flushed on the other end.
So that's an $18 million net worth against a $75 million shoe deal. Something's not adding up. That's because Williamson has pledged a major chunk of his income to charitable organizations. During the COVID-19 pandemic, which saw many businesses close down and many people becoming unemployed, Zion decided he'd do whatever he could to help. And one of the many ways he did so was by pledging the salaries for the employees at Smoothie King. Reportedly, with the business shutting down during the pandemic, the employees hadn't had any source of income for a few months, which, given the fact that everything cost money, meant that they were living on whatever little they had, and it was running out. So they decided to raise the issue on social media, and Williamson was the only one who responded. But besides helping out the employees at Smoothie King, the Pelican superstar has also been working closely with several charities. He's doing the best he can to help out whoever he can, but that doesn't mean he doesn't dabble in the occasional luxury spending. He's the proud owner of a 2018 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, a 2016 GMC Yukon, and a 2015 Cadillac Escalade. Mercedes actually reached out to sponsor him after his exceptional debut season.
Oh, nice. Step back three.
Recently, Williamson's moved into a 14,000 square foot mega mansion worth close to $19 million. That's 7 bedrooms and 11 bathrooms. Who needs that many bathrooms? Well, who am I to question how Zion spends his money? On that note, Williamson thought one garage wasn't enough. His 2.34 acres worth of land is enough to house 2 garages. So Zion thought, why not? And 2 fountains. This is just making me feel poor now. The home also has a wine cooler basement that's being lauded as the crown jewel of the Williamson mansion. But how did Williamson spend his first major paycheck? Well, he got a new house for his parents. After his debut season in the NBA, Zion moved his parents into a luxurious North Carolina home worth $1 million. Zion comes from a family where everyone was full of love. They loved and supported him and helped him in becoming the man he is today, especially his mother, Sharonda Sampson. Sampson reportedly started investing in Zion's career as a future NBA prospect when he was just 9 years old. Well, actually, since he was 3, that's when Zion claims he first started playing basketball. His mother, a physical health educationalist,
You understand when you come to events like this, that it's a part of it. So, he's handling pretty good and we're okay.
would routinely take him to games, help him train, and do whatever she could to make sure that her little boy got to live out his dreams. Now, as a professional NBA player, Zion's sure to thank his mother for her unwavering support in getting there.
Drew saw it all the way. That is, in the open earlier, we talked about Drew's patience.
He also credits his father and stepfather for being there for him every step of the way. His father was a football player back in his day, and his stepfather dabbled and dribbled a few basketballs when he was younger too. So Zion was practically meant for greatness, and I'm happy to see him getting up there.